Hiya, and thanks so much for taking the time to watch my video. This video is going to be about the 2009 Kew Gardens 50p piece. I'm going to show you in a moment, but I just thought I'd tell you a little story because these coins, believe it or not, they are still in circulation. Now, something I've been looking at recently is obviously the different coins, different coins that you can get in your change, because somebody who I know told me that they do this, and I've started doing it as well, and I couldn't believe it. This one here, this here is the 2009 Kew Gardens 50 pence piece. Now, what I was doing, I was going through little story. I was going on eBay, and I was tapping in rare 50 pence piece coins, and all these different coins were coming up. You've got the Kew Gardens is the most expensive. You've got the World Wildlife Fund. There's loads of them, and all the Olympic coins. Because I never knew nothing about this. And this guy I know, he said to me, "Oh, he said you should always check your change." Well, this is a true story. I obviously, like you do, you look for the one that's worth the most money, and I see this on eBay, and it was selling at the time. This was about a year ago. It was selling at the time for about £60, right? About £60 on eBay. Bear in mind, this is a 50 pence coin. Now, I just happened to bring this up on my tab. I was going through it and looking at these 50p pieces, and if you like getting a little bit excited about it, the thought of getting these in your change. Anyway, I showed my daughter it, right? I said, look, because she's a cashier, right? I said to her, these are in circulation. Anyway, long story short, the very same day she actually went to work, she was doing a late shift, 3 till 11. She's phoned me up. So she said to me, Dad, she said, that coin, that Kew Gardens coin. I went, yeah. She said, I've got one. I said, don't be daft. You're lying. This is not true. She said, I'm holding it in my hand. Anyway, I didn't believe her. I said, so you promised me you're telling me the truth? She said, Dad, she said, I'm holding it in my hand now. And the story she told me is a bloke come in to where she works, in like an off license type thing, and the guy bought some fag papers, and he gave over some change, and in it was this beautiful Kew Gardens 2009 coin. Well, I didn't believe her. It wasn't until I had it in my hand did I actually believe her. She come home, she went, here, Dad, and she threw it at me, and I caught it. I went, oh, I said, I'll have that. Anyway, I've recently started looking at these again. Still been collecting them, and I've just looked on eBay, and there's one of these on eBay at the moment, and it's on bid, right? And it's already been bidded up to £101. Yeah. So there's a little lesson in this, isn't there? Knowledge is king. Yeah. If I hadn't gone on that, if my mate hadn't told me, if I hadn't looked on eBay and started making a mental note of what this coin looked like, I wouldn't have had a clue. And I've just been chatting to my boy. I said I'm going to make a video about that Kew Gardens coin, and he said to me, he said, Dad, he said, how many times has that coin been through people's hands? How many times has it been passed for a packet of fags, or for a pint of beer, or do you know what I mean? What I'm trying to emphasise is that these, I think you'd be lucky now to get one of these in your change now. Yeah, but keep an eye out for it, especially if you work in a shop. Like if you're like my daughter, she's a cashier, because the likelihood is obviously a lot more likely than if you don't. And I actually told a lady about this I live in Essex, but I do a market, and I was telling a lady about this because she worked on a burger stall, and she showed me she had loads of 50, where people are giving their change over for hot dogs and sausage rolls and cans of Coke. And I told her all about it, and I actually went through some of the change for her and pointed out some of the ones that are worth money. And that's obviously worth the most. These ones here. This is this is the EU. It's only worth a couple of quid on eBay. And this one I've got loads of these. This is a World Wildlife Fund. Keep an eye out for that. Again, they're about £3. I've seen these go for £4 on eBay. But most of these, well, apart from a few of these coins, most of them I've got in my change. Yeah, like this one, I actually got it in my change. So you know what I'm going to say? I did start doing this, and I did find coins. If you go into your bank, your local bank, and just say to them, "Can I have some change? 50p pieces, £2 coins." They'll give you the change, yeah, and then just go through it. You'd be, like I say, I think you'd be very lucky if you got one of these, yeah, because there's another guy in here that he does a lot of videos on coins, and he was saying that the bloke where he goes and gets his 50p from, the guys in the bank's already going through it. Yeah, people, why wouldn't you? I mean, if I worked in there, I'd be looking at every coin that come through that over that counter. Do you know what I mean? But I think the thing to realise as well is that some of these coins here, like this one here, the World Wildlife coin, they're not a lot of money now. These, even if you want to buy these, they're not a lot of money. Today, I still sit to my boy, 10 years time, all these little coins that perhaps ain't worth a lot today, they're gonna be going up. I mean, that Kew Gardens, like I say, that was, I can't remember the actual specific date, but it was about a year ago when I got this coin, when my daughter gave me this coin. And I looked straight away, obviously, I looked on eBay, and it was 60 quid. Well, there's one selling at the moment on bid for over £100. So what an increase. God, I wish I had another 100 of them. Do you know what I mean? Are they worth buying today for £100? I don't know. I think I'd struggle to pay £100 for one of these, but people on eBay are. Yeah, so the idea of this video really is just to get you to check your change. If you're bothered, if you like coins, if you're bothered, but if you go through your change, if you do what I do sometimes, I go into a bank and I'll get 100 quid's worth or £200 worth of 50p pieces. Sometimes I go in there, put money in the bank, and I'll say to them, "Can I have, what have you got any 50p's? If I've only got £50 worth, I'll get £50 worth. You ain't got to tell them what you're doing, yeah." And then all I do is I just go through them. It's actually quite good fun, and I tell you what, the day I got that one, that was the same day that I learnt about it. My daughter came in, she went, "Here, Dad," and she went, "You can have that." And I said to her, I couldn't, I was just over them, I was just chuffed. You can imagine, can't you? You know what I mean, 50p is worth 100 quid. I'm thinking now, should I sell it? Because I buy silver coins as well. I buy like the proper silver dollars. I've got some other ones here. I've got like silver. These are solid silver. And I'm thinking now, that's a good one of a gorilla. Yeah, these are like 1 ounce, 30 grams. And I'm thinking now, should I sell that? Should I cash that Kew Gardens one in and buy another 5 of these? I mean, I've got quite a lot of these now. I've been saving them up. I just buy them for my kids. I think it's a great thing to do. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Keep an eye out. Yeah, remember that with coins, knowledge is king. You know what I mean? How many times have I had coins like that in my change? And it's the same for the £2 coins. I'm going to do some other videos on the other 50p's I've got. But just go onto eBay, check on, like, just tap in eBay, rare 50p coins. And if ever you get some coins in your change, if it ain't one you recognise, it's going to be a rare one. There's loads. You've got all the Olympic coins as well. They're not worth a lot of money at the moment, but they're definitely worth more than face value. And if you are able to keep them, if you have got a bit of money and you are in a position to, if you like, sit on that money, because at the end of the day, you're still sitting on money. Yeah, if you buy a coin and obviously you put it somewhere, it's costing you money. You know, you can't use it, can you? But if you can do it, especially ones that are quite low, you know, that are quite cheap to, you know, if you get a coin and it's 50p, but on eBay it's selling for £2, I'd hold on to it. Because in a couple of years' time, that could be worth a fiver. Give it another couple of years' time, could be worth a tenner. Who knows? You know, no one really knows. But what's it going to cost you to hold it? 50p. I hope this has been of help to you. I hope, you know, I hope it encourages you a little bit as well to look at your change. You know, even some of the 2p pieces. I couldn't believe it. I think it's a 1971 two pence piece. You go on eBay, some of them are selling for like 2 and 3 quids. And it's a 2p coin. It just don't make sense. But it's the, you know, it's one of the main rules of economics. It's supply and demand. The only reason that coin has gone up is because there ain't as many of them. It's like these pandas here. These pandas, right? Well, these pandas, I buy these now. But these pandas, they're from the. I made a mistake in my other video. These are from the Chinese mint. These pandas, right? They seem to go up. They're not going to fly up overnight, but they are going up. And if you like them, if you like I do, I love animals. I love I love animals, and I just think they're a lovely thing to have, and they're a lovely thing to actually have for your children. That's a good one. That's a popular one. The kookaburras and all. I'm going to do another video about the ones that I like the most from my silver collection. But please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did watch to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate your view. And I hope you're as lucky as what my daughter was. And if you know, I'd love to hear you message me and tell me that you got one, and especially one of them Kew Garden ones, because there can't be many of them floating around. Not if they're worth £100 each. Thank you. Bye bye.